how's our former president doing?
He's doing okay.
Is he doing all right?
Yeah. He's still working too hard, but I think that's something he will always do. Yeah. That was our anniversary date.
They're crying. Look at this. All of this love. We love you so much. Thank you. Oh, they gotta calm down. Okay.
This is the happy place.
It's the happy place.
It's so happy here.
Did you enjoy the spirit tunnel, Michelle?
Oh, I did.
You did? You tore it up.
Oh, did
You did a good job.
It was good. One of my favorite songs.
Oh,
Anything
okay.
Stevie Wonder gets me going. So.
Don't it get us all going? You
But
got a groove.
I was watching all of you all backstage, and you guys tore it up. So I had to bring it after watching some
Well,
folks.
you definitely brought it.
Hi,
Thank
honey.
you so much for being here.
I am.
It is an honor and a
So
dream.
proud of you. I am
you.
so proud of you.
Thank you.
I feel like you're mine.
Oh,
So watching you just become just all these many things, it's an honor for me to be here with you.
wow.
So.
Wow, that means a lot. I cannot get over it. Woo! Now we're gonna get into this amazing book that you have.
We got
But
a lot to get
we
into.
got a lot to get into because I was backstage, y'all, thinking I was like, what would be more nerve-wracking, singing for you?
Well, you
Because I got to sing for her and Obama many
You
a
did
times,
that.
or being able to interview you.
Well,
this is a
so
dream.
what is it? Which is, there she goes.
Like I got to sing for the inauguration.
You did the second one.
The second inauguration,
Yeah.
which was Beyond a Dream. So thank you for having me for that.
Thank you for doing it, babe.
Anytime
Always
I get to
showing
sing
up for us. Look
for
at
you guys, it never gets old. But I would say, I mean, because your person is so beautiful and it's so warming, I think for me, I would say probably to sing would be more nerve-wracking because I feel like I'm sitting here with family.
Yeah.
So that helps.
But you're so good at singing. I would think that you would. You're so good at that singing thing you do that I would think that you would never get nervous. But
depends
we
on
are
what's in
family. South Side. all
That's
the way
right,
down,
South Side of
so
Chicago.
We are just talking here.
We are just
We're
talking.
just catching up.
Let's catch up because it's been 8 years since you guys left the White House.
Yes.
Do you miss anything about it?
The people.
The people, yes.
I mean, my girls grew up in the White House.
They did.
They lived in the White House longer than any place we've lived. And so I always say that the staff, the folks who serve the families through every administration, they do it with dedication. They took care of my girls. They made sure they weren't spoiled. They loved my mother.
Yes.
So yeah, I miss every single person from the folks who worked on the grounds to the, to the head ushers. So we do miss the people. That was home for us.
Yes.
Yeah.
We miss you guys. Speaking of home, we're
Yeah.
both from Chicago.
South Side.
South Side of Chicago. Chicago girl sitting right here before you. And I know, like I always say, Chicago allows my feet to touch the ground no matter where I go. It's the base.
Yep.
What do you feel like what that Chicago gave you to prepare you for the things you were going to go into?
I think it's that groundedness. I
exactly.
mean, most folks, especially Black folks, there's a southernness to us because that's how the migration happened. When we talk about where we went for the summer, it was down south. It was Alabama, Mississippi, South Carolina. And that sort of warmth, I think, is what I try to emanate when I'm out in the world. I think about my family, all my relatives, and what we don't want to do is embarrass them,
Right.
So we show up in a way that will make our family and our community proud, and I think that keeps me grounded and focused on what's important. And even though my girls spent most of their life in D.C., if you ask them where they're from, they say Chicago.
That's right, Chicago.
That's the connection.
Yes.
So, yeah.
It's no place like home.
Yeah.
Now, how's our former president doing?
He's doing okay.
Is he doing all right?
Yeah. He's still working too hard, but I think that's something he will always do. Yeah. That was our anniversary date. But he's doing well, working hard on the Obama Presidential Center. So we've been able to get some fun dates. That picture was us at the U.S. Open, and that was the first time he got to go to the U.S. Open in person. But he's working hard on the Obama Presidential Center, which is on the south side of Chicago.
I love that.
Yeah. I'm really proud of what he's done there because it's not just his presidential center, but it's really a billion-dollar economic development engine. It's going to be the only presidential center in an urban area. And it's not just a place for our archives, but it's a leadership institute. We are going to have some of the most amazing art so that young people who grew up on the south side like us, who don't always feel welcome downtown, can come and see some of the best art right in their own backyard.
Give us more to see.
Exactly.
I love that. And your girls, because I remember them being little, and now they're all grown up.
They're women
carving their own lanes.
in the world.
They're women.
Living on their own.
Amazing.
Paying rent. No.
What is that? You said they paying rent. They're independent. They have their own artistry.
They live together. I've loved every phase of raising my daughters. I loved them when they were in my lap and so cute, and they just come for the cuddles. And now they're just grown, you know, and they're more raising me. But they are amazing. Sasha's in school. Malia has a budding career in film.
That is awesome.
They are smart. They are funny. They're wise in their own ways, and I love spending time with them. So they're doing great, and they send their love.
Aww.
They love.
We love y'all. So
Jennifer.
proud of you.
Yeah, but they're really good.
Aw. Oh my goodness. We're back. They still haven't calmed down yet. None of us have. Let's talk about the holidays. First of all, you like my decorations?
They're just a few.
Did we do all right?
I mean, this looks like the White House. This is what the White House decorations. There are trees everywhere. No, it's beautiful in here. The holidays, these are my favorite times.
Yes, it is. Mine too. Oh my goodness. So, you got any plans for the holidays? Have y'all traditions changed at all?
Not really. I mean, you guys know my husband grew up in Hawaii. One of the reasons why I married him, my in-laws. I was like, okay, is this where Christmas is going to be? So because we're on the mainland, we do Thanksgiving with my family. So since the girls were little, we go to Hawaii.
Nice.
And with his family is there, and now it's just his sister, my nieces, and a bunch of our friends have been going there for years and years and years.
Beautiful.
So we're going to do that. We're picking up the girls. Sasha has one more exam to get through, and then we're going to head to the island for a little sun.
Nice.
And to
that's the way to spend the Christmas. I like that.
I know. I tell you, that's what you got to pick your husband right.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
It's like he got a lot cuter when I found out he was from Hawaii. I was like, oh, okay.
That is funny. Okay, who's the hardest to shop for?
He is.
Is he?
Oh my gosh. Yeah. I mean, he's just a boy, you know? I mean, he just doesn't do much. He golfs, and there's only so many golf balls you can get a dude.
Right.
I already got the clubs, you know. I can't get him another golf shirt. You know, he's really hard, and he doesn't want anything, you know. He's one of these sort of just a nice letter, and he means it. He means it, so he's really hard to shop for.
Funny.
You know, I'm trying to like get him clothes that he wouldn't buy, you know,
Okay.
because he's also cheap. So if it's a really nice jacket, I'm trying to like, don't look at the price. Because he was like, why'd you spend this much on a jacket? And I was like, that's what a gift is.
Aw.
So he's hard to shop for.
That is so funny. Well, who is the best gift giver out of you guys?
Probably me.
Okay.
You know, I think I am because I'm actually paying attention to everyone.
Ah,
you know?
that is the
I'm
trick.
like listening. And I have to say, the true best gift giver is, it happens to be my stylist, Meredith, because I ask her, what do the girls want? So because I'm not out there shopping like you guys.
Yeah.
It's not like I can just drive by the mall and shut it down, and I'd mess up your
you
house.
could.
Yeah, but all y'all would be mad. You know, there'd be traffic light stops. It's like, so, but I'm the one who organizes all the gift giving. I make sure that all the kids we know are covered. I've got my list. I've got, we've got our procedures. So I'm the one that makes Christmas happen. Yeah.
I love that. That's what mothers do, though.
That's what mothers
Bring
do.
them together.
And I love it. I mean, I'm one of these people, I would have a Christmas tree in every house. Last year, we had poinsettias everywhere.
Yeah.
And of course, my husband's like, what's wrong with you? Why do we have to have all of this? But I like this. I like to feel Christmas everywhere, every inch of the house. Yeah.
Okay, because I'm a holiday fanatic,
Yeah,
so I
yeah.
am. So when does your holiday season start? Because mine starts the day after, like, Halloween. So how soon does it start? How soon does it start for you?
It's really after Thanksgiving.
Okay.
Okay. We do have people like, that's reasonable. That's
it's not long enough.
It just would be so exhausting. But now, when we were in the White House, it started when you would receive the Christmas tree
Okay.
lighting. I loved White House Christmas. But the only thing we would do, like, holiday parties every night where you're standing in line, photos, taking pictures with everybody, even the people that said they hated you are in line for a photo. I'm like, I thought you thought he was the devil. Why you want a picture with your grandchild? But anyway, it's Christmas. So
It's still Christmas.
It's still Christmas. It's like, come on in. Yeah.
We have to talk about your book. I feel like it was written for people like me.
You
Like,
think?
it inspires me so much.
That's
Can you
good to
tell us
hear.
about it?
That's good to hear.
Overcoming.
Right after the pandemic, I wrote my second book, The Light We Carry, and that book was as much for me as it was for the readers, because after coming out of the pandemic and struggling with the uncertainty, I was thinking to myself, what tools do I have that get me through tough times? And I was getting those questions from people who follow me, and I thought, well, let me try to write down some of the stories and the experiences that I've had that ground me. So that book came out, it was a bestseller, and our publisher said, what would be great to have is a companion workbook. Because, a lot of book groups take the book, they read it, they talk about it. This workbook gives you some guides, I mean, some real sort of practical practices, steps, things to think about to really kind of find your own tools. Because the truth is, we all have them. Things like combating fear, which is something that I know I do, I've had to do. A lot of my tools come from helping me think about what I'm really afraid of, and is that fear really worth holding me back? So an example of a practice is to really think about times that you're afraid in life, and what is the fear about? Is it a real danger? Is it something that you need to be afraid of? Or is it some story that you told yourself, or some myth about the world that's like a loop in your head that keeps you going? Because I want people to be encouraged to push beyond their fear and to get comfortably afraid. Because a little fear keeps you moving forward, And I use the example that, when Barack approached me about running for president, my first response was, no, dude. That sounds scary and crazy. And then I had to think about, what was I afraid of? And it was change and the unknown, and what it would mean for my girls who were 7 and 10 at the time, not wanting to uproot them. And I had to ask myself, we can get through this. We've done hard things before. And is that fear enough for me to stop a man that I believe then and believe now has been a real gift to us as a leader? Not a perfect leader, but a gift. And I thought, if I can push back my fear and get to a better place, that's the story I want to tell my daughters. I don't want to tell them we didn't do this hard thing because mom was afraid of change. I wanted to be able to look them in the eye and said, we did something really hard together and we made it through. So that's an example. So in this workbook, there's some real concrete steps. We work closely with the publishers and people who really know how to break down a book concept and give real tools. So I think it's a great Christmas gift. I'm not really a hawker, but I do feel like it's a great Christmas gift.
great,
It's a good conversation starter around the Christmas table in your book clubs. Men, this is for you too, because y'all need to find your light just as much as we do. But it's a real practical book. It's a journal. You know, you can write in it, you can jot notes down, you can, you know, it asks questions, prompts you to think about things, mantras.
Affirmations and things like that. So helpful. I'm gonna live by this for sure. Now, I know, like for me, I feel as though my mother never has left me. In her life, she seemed so quiet.
Yeah.
But once she passed, there is not a day go by that I don't say, my mother used to say. And I feel like your mother's presence is all through this book.
Oh
and,
my goodness.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's an inspiration. And I know you're navigating the loss of your mother.
Yeah, we lost Mom this year. And I want to thank you because Jennifer came and sang at her memorial, which is going to get me, but she sang Amazing Grace. And she sang off the stage. I mean, she sang so hard that she left the stage and was still singing. You know, you could hear her howling, and you just brought us, you know, you brought us to our knees. But the beauty of this book was that I was able to write a love letter to my mom because she read this book. Not the workbook, but the light, where I talk about the wisdom, the common sense wisdom that she left me with.
Yes.
You know, things like your voice matters,
Yes.
I see you, you've got power. So I tried to sprinkle her wisdom in there. So I hear you.
And it's going to bless so many people.
Yes.
Her teachings as a mother will feed open to everyone.
Yeah.
It's a beautiful way to remember her legacy.
Yes.
Wow.
Thank you for being there for us.
Thank you for having me, and it's from the heart.
Yeah.
Always.